sweeties and cuties, my name is Tesseption, and today we are back at it again watching the Monument Mythos. Last time we watched this show, we got a lot of interesting lore. Thanks to our local Monument Mythos specialist, I learned that there's a lot of stuff that we're gonna get in this show. I won't really understand until season 2 of it. So I think what I'm gonna do for this reaction is just watch all of them and then try to remember all of it for season 2. So without further ado, let's get bumping and pumping into our first episode right now. This episode is called The Lincoln Looker. Not just Lincoln Looker. It doesn't matter.
I was a Lincoln Looker for 2 weeks.
Oh, they read to us now.
Terrifying. One moment you're at home answering the door, and the next you're stuck in some kind of suit. The smell was awful in there, and the metal seat was so cold. The only thing you can do is look through 2 little holes. It was some kind of mask. And whenever the sun shined near, I could see the inside of it.
So, like, the Lincoln Memorial, right, is what we're thinking, as far as the monument for this goes?
It was a familiar face.
Okay.
Every few nights, straws would be put through the holes, and someone would feed me some weird soup.
What?
After 2 weeks, they found out that they had misidentified me, and I wasn't the correct Lincoln Looker. Reagan apologized to me personally, and I was released with some monetary compensation. They don't care if I talk about it or not. No one would take me seriously.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Looking is just too absurd.
Oh, the mask, right. Oh, what? That's so, ew, eerie, gross, weird.
There's always that someone that we dislike more than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Not usually famous or important, but they've done something that's affected us personally.
Right.
Often you're the only person who remembers this act. And I've been that bad, but memory hurts.
Okay.
Everyone experiences this, and the president is no exception.
Okay.
Except he can do something about it.
Oh.
Every president can choose one person to be a Lincoln Looker. After the alibi is fabricated, the person is abducted from their home, and they stay a Lincoln Looker for as long as the president sits in office.
Oh.
Nobody can question his decision, and it's no trial. You might be surprised, but it's nothing new. It's been a tradition.
So they try to just kidnap people and make them a Lincoln Looker. Oh.
Lincoln Lookers have been around for a very long time.
Okay. What are they looking for, though? You know what I'm saying? Well, we'll find out. Due to rumors that Lincoln Lookers were imprisoned behind presidential portraits, White House officials publicly removed and reinstalled the portraits to demonstrate that no space existed to hold Lincoln Lookers. Okay, so it wasn't the Lincoln Monument. It was portraits? Okay, makes sense. Portrait 1. Wall behind portrait 1. Okay, well, you need to be looking for something. Okay, portrait 2. Wall behind it. I wonder if this is one of those things where you can take a screenshot of it and then change the brightness of it and then see something specifically. You know what I'm saying?
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
Oh, beep. Okay, there it is.
Hey, Eunice. It's Howard.
Oh, hey, Howard.
I don't know what I just saw.
Howard, you doing all right? Obviously not.
Steps, reading the inscriptions and talking to visitors. I started to hear a faint scratching sound.
Oh my
I
God.
didn't think much of it at first, but when I got close to the chair, I realized that the scratching was coming from inside the marble. So I went to a guard and asked whether she could do anything about animals that could be trapped in there. She told me not to worry about it, and that they'd take care of it once there were fewer visitors.
Oh.
A few minutes passed, and the scratching became much louder. I went back to the guard and asked what kind of animals usually got stuck in there, and she said, wild animals.
To be like, oh, like raccoons, squirrels sometimes. Every now and then we get a snake. You could really just fabricate it like right immediately and it'd be so much more convincing than being like wild animals. That's so freaking shady.
The sound started to make visitors anxious. I remember one boy pulling so hard at his mother's hand, begging to leave.
Mm-hmm.
A blind girl with one of those canes went up to the chair and pressed her head against it to listen. Then she started crying. Her parents tried to pull her away, but she just began to hit the chair with her cane.
She could also...
So the guards asked everyone to go back down the steps.
Okay.
I don't know why, and it's going to sound crazy, but I felt compelled to help. So I went to the blind girl and joined her in hitting the marble. The guards tried to pin us down, but the scratching became too loud for even them.
Oh my
It
god.
sounded like someone was shaving down a chalkboard. Eventually, the marble began to crack, and a few more hits caused the crevice to expand all the way to the top of the chair.
Whoa,
There was
really?
a sudden burst of air from the damage, and the head suddenly turned toward us.
Oh, okay.
I was
Jump
afraid
scare.
of
Imaginary jump scare. I didn't even have it in real life. What?
fall, so I picked the girl up and went down a few steps.
Right,
The
okay.
head slowly rotated back into place, and when it started to be pushed upwards, I took out my camera.
Right, yeah, let me see a picture.
It was
Or
a
the-
wild animal.
Picture a video. Picture a video, please. Picture didn't happen! Show me! Okay, Howard recorded the following images. Alright, Howard. Coming in clutch, buddy. Let me see. Give me that jump scare. Sorry. Oh! Ah! Ew! Someone's gonna come out. Oh yeah, like the Statue of Liberty. Something else coming out. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. So it was the Lincoln Monument then. Cool, cool. So this next one is called the Washington Wormhole, which I'm assuming is gonna be the big Washington Monument. You gonna read to me the special tree?
The forest fell swiftly as the lumberjack swung,
Okay.
except for the special tree, which could not be stung.
Okay.
She missed her friends and the hymns they sung, so she started a tune that broke the man's lung.
Oh my gosh! What? Oh, we're gonna die? We're gonna die. Oh, never mind. I thought it was audio waves of us about to have our lungs exploded. I was like, oh god! Ew. Ew. The first photo taken of the special tree. That's not what that says. But that's basically what it is. That was in 1840. And then... Oh, yes! They built the monument around it. Construction begins. Okay. Right. Right. 18... So that's 8 years later. Yeah. Oh. This is the time frame. Yeah, okay. So, oh, and look, the tree is expanding. Construction halts due to the American Civil War. Yeah, okay. Prisoners of war are seen being led to the unfinished tower. Into the unfinished tower. Oh, we know what that means. We know what that means. Classic human sacrifice. Classic. Right, and so it's finished. It's finished here. Construction is completed. Correct. Yes. Wormhole. A wormhole? He out with this tree? Okay. Oh. Visit the Washington Monument and listen closely. Hear the music within its walls. The Washington Monument becomes a major tourist attraction. 10 cents per head. Okay. That was what if that was really was that expensive back then? In 1910? I wasn't alive back then, so I wouldn't know. Maybe it was reasonable. Oh, these people went missing? Yeah. Yeah. From 1910 to 1971, 20 individuals disappeared while visiting the Washington Monument. Ooh. I bet it was more than that. It would have probably been more than that, but these are the ones that we have on record. The missing visitors are known as Washington absentees. Okay. We know what that means, though. You know, they had to have the war prisoners be sacrificed or eaten by whatever the wormhole is. Then we have to have more people come in. Of course, you know, we get the idea. A classified film titled Washington Standard Operation is leaked by news agencies. Okay. Oh, cool. We get to see a another like blueprint kind of, or like I guess that's the process, right? So the entrance door opens up, right? Then people walk in, and that's the human being. And there's this big like cinder block, and it smushes them, right? Sorry, Oh no, it's an elevator! I thought it was a I would be like, the monument hydraulic press. No, it's an elevator. Okay. Is it gonna drop him? Sound waves. Right, so their lungs explode. But now they're dead. And then they drop the bodies. Right. And then what happens to the bodies after that? Does it just become like fertilizer to the tree and like sustenance to the tree? That's my best guess right now. 1972. The infection is nigh. The music of Washington will end. Right, the monument's vandalized. Right. And of course, we're seeing more of the vandalization coming in on all the different monuments and stuff, because people are finding out and piecing together what's going on in this world. What is this? Ooh. Oh, wait, no, I don't know what it is. Don't zoom in. I don't want to see it. What is it? Oh, it's a video. Okay. Are we gonna see? Oh, what is that? Whoa! It's like it's coming out. It's like a hay. It's like the tree. Is that another one? Is that another one? There was a jump scare in Smile, and that reminds me of that jump scare. You know what I'm talking about? If you haven't seen Smile, just skip past this part. I play horror games multiple times a week, and this is probably one of the best jump scares in the world. Like, it got me and my husband, who never gets jump scared. He is never scared by anything. This girl walks up to the car door, the head like snaps over, and it scared the bejesus out of me. I've never gotten so good by a jump scare in my entire life. That thing got me so good. It's like sometimes the jump scares work because you don't know what to expect. All 19 Washington 19. It wasn't 19 before. Was it always 19? Are found unconscious at the base of the monument. Oh, they're alive. 19. It wasn't 19 before. Hang on a second. It was 20 individuals disappeared. There was 20. It says 20 here, but it shows 19. Interesting. So they're covering up one of them. Even right in front of us, they're covering up one of them. So this next episode is called Delaware Double. Oh, wow! We already are into such a cool...
Next was a discovery made by two fishermen and sent shockwaves across the nation.
Okay.
Around 4 p.m. on Christmas Eve,
of course,
Ralph Grassman and Michael Tillin were reeling in the last batch of catfish.
Tillin? Have we heard the name Tillin before in this series, or am I just hallucinating that?
Something on the ice caught their eye. He looked like a bicorn, one of those hats from way back when, said Grassman, the other of the two who also organized the trip. Grassman walked down the ice to retrieve the hat. When he pulled back the hat from the ice, someone back in shock at the sight of a human scalp, partially exposed in the ice.
Okay.
Tillin walked over and after a brief discussion with Grassman, agreed to remove the rest of the body from the ice. The effort
you could call the police, but whatever.
But by 10 p.m., the fishermen were able to pull the entire body from the ice with no further damage.
Okay, wow.
Although both men had presumed that the individual was already dead for some time, Tillin exclaimed in shock when he reportedly saw the individual's eyelid twitch.
What?
Grassman suggested to immediately take the body home and attempt to revive the frozen man. They proceeded to carry it back.
No police were ever involved in this exchange of finding a random human being that we could not identify, who was somehow alive in this ice, or snow or whatever.
To Grassman's apartment, they laid the body in a full bathtub, gradually raising the water's temperature throughout the night to prevent shock.
That's how you're gonna do it,
Grassman claims to have learned this technique from a pulp magazine he had read as a child.
Oh.
At 2 a.m. the following morning, Tillin claimed that an individual briefly regained consciousness and shouted, "Victory or death," while Grassman rested in the living room. By 7 a.m., the frozen individual appeared to have relapsed into a deep coma, which prompted Grassman to phone the local authorities.
There you go! Finally! Finally involving the cops. After an extended period of time of dealing with a unusual person, defied all odds and is still alive is crazy.
Told medical personnel earlier,
Right.
Grassman told reporters that he didn't want to risk the lives of the first responders. They had been
What?
driving on slippery roads in the dark. Shortly after being found, paramedics arrived and rushed
Shut
the
up!
ambulance
Just
to the
call
Delaware
the
State
police.
Hospital.
Okay.
Throughout the experience, both fishermen thought that the individual's face seemed vaguely familiar. It was only when Toooo pulled out a dollar bill that the connection was fully made. When we first
Nuh-uh.
dragged him out, we moved his clothes so that we could carry him more easily. The clothes weighed a ton because they were completely frozen over. By then, if we saw the clothes without ice, then we could have no doubts that we dug out George Washington.
What?
Although Delaware State Hospital has declined to comment on the identity and the condition of the man, Grassman brought up the bicone hat from the previous days
Sure.
of the Delaware History Museum, where historians confirm to be an authentic piece from the 18th century. The validation raised more questions than answers, as further research revealed that no Washington reenactors or artifacts have been reported missing. Grassman believes that the man he dug out from the ice is the true George Washington, and that the former president had become gravely ill while crossing the Delaware River. Grassman claims that the imminent death of Washington could have been devastating to the war effort, so his condition was likely kept secret by having a double acting as the president until 1797. When asked for an explanation to why the body had been found so far from the site of the battle, Grassman replied, "He either drifted away or his men purposely planted it far away so that no one could find it." During Saturday's morning press conference, President Dean shared his thoughts on the discovery in 2 words.
So they discovered the actual George Washington. My only guess, wormhole time jumping.
"I'm surprised."
Okay! Dang! Okay. It's the longest episode we've ever seen in the show so far here, and it's called Rockefeller Tree Tragedy. Okay. A recollection of the tragedy? Or is it a recollection? I don't know. Read it to me. Please don't make me read.
During the first winter of the center's construction, the workers set up a Christmas tree just outside the entrance. It was an uncanny sight to see a green fir stand in the middle of what appeared to be a no-man's land.
Oh.
But this tree, humbly ordained with strings of cranberries, buttons,
Cranberries?
and tin cans, greatly affected me. It demonstrated that even in the darkest of times, the American people will light the beacons of hope.
Yeah.
I thought it could
Perseverance
be the start
or something.
of a great and inspiring tradition, so I traveled north to Babylon in search of a Christmas tree for the following year.
First of all, the voice actor for this is crazy because that was so spot on. He sounded like an old newscaster that would read scary stories over the radio, you know what I'm saying? Virginia in Wonderland by Virginia. That's so cute.
For 12 days and 12 nights, Mr. Rockefeller looked for the best tree in the forest.
Okay.
How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller?
No, that's too small.
No, it's much too short.
Yup.
How about this
That's
one,
too
Mr.
big.
Rockefeller? No, it's much too tall. How about this one, Mr.
Just right.
Rockefeller? No,
Oh.
it's much too average.
I lied.
Mr. Rockefeller soon feared that he would leave empty-handed.
Uh-oh.
Then, on the 12th night, just as he was packing up his stuff, Mr. Rockefeller heard the sweetest tune in the air.
Okay, so we've seen that the trees, like the special tree, for example, does the singing and then the humming and then the exploding, you know, the waves of music and stuff. So we're seeing a reoccurring theme here of trees having a tune.
Sounded as though the very wind itself had fallen in love. He and his men followed the song and found themselves at the base of a very special tree.
Okay, so it is the
How
special
about this one,
tree.
Mr. Rockefeller? It's perfect.
Oh boy.
For the rest of the night, the men swung their axes at the special tree. Chop, chop, chop. However, when the sun rose, the tree was still standing.
Right.
The axes had left no marks at all.
They can't chop it down.
Mr.
Right.
Rockefeller was surprised. The next day, Mr. Rockefeller and his men laid 100 sticks of dynamite around the tree.
Overkill?
3,
Cheese and
2,
crackers.
1, boom! Yet,
Nothing.
the special tree continued to stand. Mr. Rockefeller was surprised.
Wow.
So Mr. Rockefeller decided to hire the best team of grave diggers to take the tree out of the ground. After a week of digging, they told Mr. Rockefeller the tree will be out in 3 years at this rate.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Rockefeller was surprised, but he decided to let the grave diggers work.
3 years?
The next 3 best trees for the next 3 Christmases.
Okay.
But by the 4th year, the special tree was ready to display.
He's like, I want this tree. No, you're dealing with the forces of human persistence and endurance. You gonna come with us. So they planted the tree, right, in Washington, correct?
For the last 2 years, I have seldom mentioned the tragedy that occurred at the center. Many have taken offense at my silence, claiming it to be the result of a desensitization to workplace accidents. Indeed, I have seen enough accidents in 3 lifetimes, but nothing could have prepared me for what happened at the center. For some time now, my friends have blamed the center's original construction workers for the tragedy, since it was their very own Christmas tree that had started the whole tradition.
Oh, that's stupid.
But the truth is that their tree brought joy and wonder to the public. It was my tree, and my tree alone, that brought about the unprecedented loss.
So he's at least taking accountability for what happened, which we're gonna find out soon, I'm sure. So I'm gonna go back over to Virginia's story. Yeah. Right, that makes sense. So she tells the real story, and we see the public, like the kid version versus the public version.
In Midtown Manhattan, Rockefeller's men slowly raised.
Okay, so this was not in it's not
Heave
DC.
ho! Heave ho!
Right.
Heave ho! By the afternoon, the special tree stood tall and still.
Mm-hmm.
It was unlike any other tree, having no color, branches, or leaves.
Right.
The mayor of New York, Mr. Guardia, thought that the tree was too bare.
Too
He
bare?
asked for branches to be added so that ornaments could be hung. Mr. Rockefeller didn't agree.
Right.
He thought the tree was perfect, just the way it was. But since Mayor Guardia had been one of his best friends, Mr. Rockefeller told his men to glue some branches on.
You gonna glue the branches on? I mean, I guess what else are you gonna do? But gluing, that's crazy. It's not gonna stay.
Watched as the men placed branches.
Oh, this
on
is
the
where
special
Virginia
tree.
comes in.
I had saved my money for over 9 months to purchase a little star ornament.
Oh.
I wanted to be the very first person to
9
decorate
months?
the
That's
Rockefeller
crazy.
Christmas tree.
Right?
It laid in my pocket while I watched, because I planned to hang my ornament as soon as the tree was standing.
Oh, how
After
cute.
the final branch had been added and all the men left, I quickly ran up to the tree.
Uh-oh, is Virginia gonna die?
But to my astonishment, the lowest branch of the tree was over twice my height.
Oh,
I
no.
jumped as high as I could, but still, the lowest branch was out of my reach.
Right.
I was very disappointed. I wanted to be the very first person to decorate the tree, but now I had no chance. Unless I called my friends. At once, I began counting my friends on my fingers.
Okay.
There was Helen, Charles, Elizabeth.
I don't care who your friends are, girl. Let's get to the point. I'm sorry. Okay, I do care. Continue.
Alice, Joseph, Elsie, Orville, Edith, Olive, and Philip. 10.
I don't know
10
any.
friends that I could ask for help.
I don't associate
Then I
any of those
realized
names with
that
something
10
important.
friends
Unless I missed
standing on
something.
each other's shoulders could put me at the very top of the Christmas
Dang, girl!
My
They make
club
a tower of
was
kids!
the tallest. Without a second to spare, I ran from door to door
Sweet.
asking for help. Knock, knock, knock. Helen, are you there?
Are these
Knock,
kids gonna
knock,
die?
knock. Charles, are you there? Knock, knock, knock. Elizabeth, are you there?
Knock, knock,
Eventually,
knock.
I
Oh,
gathered
never mind.
all 10 of my friends at the bottom of the Rockefeller Christmas tree.
Oh, this is the
I told
tragedy
them
in
I
question,
planned
correct?
To have them all stand on each other and form a ladder for me to climb to the top.
I thought the tragedy was going to be like a bunch of grown men getting eaten by this tree, but I think this is the tragedy, right? Like these kids are going to get like hurt doing this, or something crazy is about to go down.
My friends understood my excitement, and they quickly started to climb onto each other's shoulders. Ow! Helen had stepped on Charles' fingers.
Good times.
Ow! Charles had stepped on Elizabeth's fingers.
Good times.
Ow! Elizabeth had stepped on Alice's fingers.
Good times.
After many groans and tumbles, my
y'all are some strong kids! Especially that one on the bottom, my god!
My joy grew with every passing face. Before I knew it, I was at the very top, looking down at the tree.
Kids were built differently back then.
My ladder of friends swayed back and forth.
Right.
And occasionally felt like it was about to collapse.
Uh-oh.
But I tuned out the movement and focused on the
y'all
tree.
could lean on the tree to like stay balanced.
Then I secured the metal star at the top of the tree. It was perfect. Hooray! Victory! I'm the first! Just then, there was a strange sound.
Uh-oh.
The tree began to shake.
Oh, what?
Branches
Oh my
fell out
gosh!
all at once, and the entire tree slowly bent backwards.
You Charlie Brown this magical tree, girl! Look what you did!
Soon, the very top of it touched the ground, forming a perfect arc.
This is like how the monument did, by the way. The Washington Monument.
As I saw my star gently slide to the ground from the tree.
Is it gonna whip back up?
Bolts of lightning then shot out from inside the arc of the tree.
What?
Producing thunderous booms.
Wormhole.
The lightning scared my friends and me. We all tumbled to the ground.
Oh my
and ran
gosh.
in all directions. But the lightning caught up to us. I was
What?
blinded by a great white light.
Flashbang.
I remember when my eyes adjusted, I was in a field of special trees, and I saw...
Oh god, why did I get jump scared by the redacted?
In a flash, I returned to the street where my friends and I had been struck by the lightning. We were all on the ground.
And the tree's
being
gone!
attacked by other people. I had scratched my legs badly, and I could see that my friends were also hurt. I looked up at the Rockefeller buildings, and I thought that they looked a little different. The whole street looked a little different, and the special tree was nowhere in sight.
What does a little different even sound? What does that mean? What does that mean, though?
It is only natural for the reader at this point to wonder why the incident has been referred to as a tragedy.
Yeah.
There had been no loss of life, and aside from a few temporary scorch marks,
Is it because
on
the tree is
structure,
gone?
no damage to the surrounding property. I too assumed it was a mostly inconsequential event, likely an electrical accident whose effects were exaggerated by the children at the scene.
The classic children aren't reliable excuse.
I was grateful that every life involved had been spared. A death at the center would have weighed heavily on my mind for some time. But when I encountered the results of the children's medical examinations, I wished that a death had occurred in place of the unfathomable.
So we're about to see the real long-term effects of these kids being affected by this, what I assume is a wormhole. But a wormhole to where? You know? I mean, we still have so many questions on top of, like, we are kind of piecing things together here, but, like...
My mom and pa visited me at the hospital, but they looked completely different.
So she's...
Ma looked worried.
Yeah.
After she wiped her tears, she asked, "Did you hang your bear at the Rockefeller tree?" I answered, "It wasn't a bear. I was going to hang a star." To which they asked, "What do you mean?" Pa asked, "Where did you get these clothes?" I answered, "These are my clothes, the ones you helped me put on this morning." To which they asked, "What do you mean?" My ma then asked, "Why are there dots all over your face?" I answered, "Those are my freckles. I've had them since I was little."
Different timeline?
To which they asked, "What do you mean?" My parents quietly left my bed and talked to my friend's parents. Then they all started to cry.
All the kids look
yell.
different?
The nurses made them leave, which made me feel better. None of us thought that our real parents had visited, but they all did feel familiar.
So it was, these kids got taken to like a different timeline, almost.
Orville and Philip were especially shaken. They didn't even share the same last name with their parents.
Oh my gosh!
The nurses tried to convince us that those who had visited us were our parents, and that we would come around to properly greet them after we healed. But it was hard to believe. Whenever I looked out the window, I saw that Manhattan looked different from memory. Mr. Rockefeller himself was kind enough to visit us in the hospital. He asked us whether we were okay, and then after some time, he and the nurses began to ask us some very easy questions about American history.
And of course, the kids' answers are going to be different from the actual answers about American history.
With every reply, they would chuckle and shake their heads, until I told Mr. Rockefeller who I thought he was. He chuckled at first, and then became silent, as if the simple fact had deeply affected him. He had asked all my friends a few more questions about himself, and with each answer, he seemed a little more scared. Mr. Rockefeller quietly stood with the nurses for a while, before he wished us a Merry Christmas and left.
Oh.
That evening, the nurses took x-rays of us to make sure we hadn't broken our ribs.
Well, that's the story they're telling them, at least.
Those taking the x-rays are more than happy to show their patients what the pictures looked like. But when I asked to see them, the nurses ignored me. I didn't fall asleep that night. I kept my ear close to the wall to hear what the nurses were saying next door.
I'm assuming, I'm making a guess here, that their internal organs are all different from the usual structure of the timeline that they're currently in versus the one they came from before.
I heard one sentence over and over. Everything's back.
I knew it! I called it.
I wonder what they meant by that.
Yep. So instead of the heart left side, even though your heart's actually more central, it's probably like flipped over here.
My friends, because I didn't want to scare them. But I spent the rest of the night with my hand to my chest, wondering if my heart was ever on the right side.
Yep. I was just talking about that. Yep. Ooh, okay, so they're from a weird old world, yeah.
For several weeks, the children were kept under observation at the Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. I visited them as soon as I had the chance to. All the families of these children were deeply unsettled, for they had all independently come to the conclusion their child had been replaced by a doppelganger.
Okay.
They claimed that these new sons and daughters possessed substantial differences from their real children.
Which we've seen.
The
Right.
majority of differences involved altered physical attributes and the inability to recognize familiar locations and characters, such as their parents and their homes. Two boys even claimed to have
Right,
names
which we've heard about that
different
from
to those that their mothers had given
not
them
Victoria.
at
My
birth.
gosh. We've heard about that from the other story. Okay.
But of all the discrepancies, the most bizarre was their faulty recollections of notable persons and events.
Okay.
For instance, each of the affected children claimed that I had become the wealthiest man in America through an oil monopoly. It is
So these kids came from our world and they got taken to a different world.
common knowledge that I did indeed work at an oil refinery in my youth. But to entirely deny my 2 terms as president and insist instead that I had always been a mere philanthropist struck me as being particularly odd. The families were agonized by the children's behavior. Some continue to search for their real children. I support their endeavors, For I do not believe that the children's afflictions were the result of hysteria.
Trying to think here.
Every day,
So,
I find
wormholes.
myself recollecting the day that I had selected the tree.
Right.
I have since realized the difficulties involved in the removal of it should have repeatedly discouraged me.
Yep.
And had I been discouraged, the families of those children would not be experiencing the anguish that they currently have. Perhaps I never had the opportunity to select another tree.
Wouldn't this also mean that the kids from this world are in the other world, you know?
Perhaps I was meant to select that tree regardless of my persistent character. Perhaps we are all trolleys, forced to follow the path of the track to each of our destinations.
Way to take your own personal guilt and put it onto the universe, buddy.
In that thought. Or perhaps the tree chose me.
You're not convincing me. Everybody's got free will, bud. You made a bad choice. You can't put that on the universe. I see why it's called Virginia in Wonderland. I see why. Many, including my father, believe that the 1934 Christmas tree vanished. This is untrue. I have seen it wandering in the plaza on many occasions, and it resembles a man far more than a tree, than any tree. Oh. Maybe it's not sacrificing. Maybe it's just originally it was weird situations and then it turned into experiments to see, like, ooh, are we gonna see what the tree looks like? So we have multiple of these trees around in the world, right? We have the Rockefeller Center tree, and then we also have the Washington Monument, which seems to be the same kind of tree. Yeah. Where's it at? So that's what the flash looks like. Gotcha. Yeah, I thought that at the beginning of that episode that we were going to see that the tree got teleported over to the Washington Monument at the end. My crazy Grand Canyon adventure. I've been to Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon is crazy, y'all. Y'all need to go there at least one time. It's weird looking at it at a distance. Like, seriously, like, going to the Grand Canyon and you're standing on top of it and you look down at it, it looks like it's a portrait. Me and my brother, deep in thought. Oh my god, this music's so funky. Not really, but it's just fun to vibe to. He's gonna fly! Dude, I remember making stuff like this when I was little, using, Microsoft, like, not Windows, like, editing software, dude. Classic. Then I saw something really weird. Uh-oh, here it goes. It's about to start getting funky in a bad way. Y'all need to get better cameras! 2 pixels a second! I made the whole place smell like vinegar. Ooh. I can't even see it though. Vinegar. Does baby powder counteract the smell of vinegar? Yeah! Rock on! Yeah! Just gonna let that go, huh? I saw something really weird. It smelled like vinegar. What rocks? Look at the rocks! Then I saw it again. Oh god. What is this, the clouds? Or is this just like the trailing of the actual canyon? I can't tell what I'm looking at. Oh, that was the canyon. Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, look how slow it's moving. Is it moving? Oh my god, what? Come back! You did oh! Bonus stuff. Control your children and pets. Oh no, we're gonna die! It's a call for help! This is a call for help! Rock squirrels! Rock squirrels! My husband is literally... I have stories about the Grand Canyon with the rock squirrels, y'all. That's crazy. Crazy. We died. We saw a thing come out of the canyon. We did a little research and found out what we saw. It's called the canyon something or canyon crown. It uses vinegar to shrink its head and body. What? Dad said the reason we went on this trip so we could find his sister Maya. I think that was Maya. I felt familiar attachment. What the heck? Oh my goodness. Whoa. All their heads are gone. I get why it's called the crown now. Head off trail. I'm gonna try to remember that name. Part 1. The Sculptor. Okay. Washington, D.C. This is Morse code. Liberty must stand on the Capitol Dome. Yes, I will find an artist to bring the statue to life. Literally, probably. Probably wasn't intentionally literally, but then ended up being literal. So then he's communicating with him. Would you provide a design for the statue? Most certainly. Is this Morse code? It might be. Oh. Freedom 1 and Freedom 2 and Freedom 3. Oh. Cool, cool, cool. Freedom 3 will do. Change your cap or move the cap and begin to cast. 6 weeks later. Freedom is difficult to cast. Apologies for delay. 3 weeks later, so it's been 9 weeks in total. Is Freedom on her way? Question mark. No response. Oh. Inspector Zavino speaking. Mr. Crawford passed away. Monarcha, I'm going to call it that because I just googled how to pronounce this word and it got even more complicated. Will receive freedom. Expect arrival in a month. Okay. Part 2. Daughter. Okay. Nina Crawford. We've seen Crawford before. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Papa's sketches for freedom are beautiful. She looks like Mama if she was a queen. I asked Papa if he could make a statue that looks like me. He said yes. This is April 5th. April 10th. Papa went to his studio today. I asked whether he started working on my statue yet, and he keeps smiling. I think he is. Papa is very kind. I don't like how they drew these faces, though. These faces are very, uncanny. I hate it. Okay, April 13th. Crawford is the guy who's the sculptor, and then this is his daughter. Cool, cool, cool. We have not heard from Papa for a few days. This has happened before since he likes to work at his studio for a long time, but Mama was very worried today. She left for his studio after she tucked me into bed. April 15th. Mom returned home tonight. She went straight to her room.
Mamma è tornata a casa stanotte e è andata dritta verso la sua stanza. 16 aprile.
April 16th. Inspector Zaffino came by today. He asked us more about Papa and then went to Mama's room. A few moments later, more men showed up. Mama was crying. She kept yelling.
Oggi è venuto l'ispettore. Ci ha chiesto di papino e poi è andato nella stanza della mamma. Un paio di momenti dopo sono arrivati più uomini. Mamma stava piangendo. Continuano a gridare, lei ha I suoi occhi.
She has his eyes. She has his eyes. I was scared. I ran out of the house.
Lei ha I suoi occhi.
Oh my gosh.
Ero spaventata. Sono scappata via dalla casa.
Is it so literal?
18 aprile.
I remember Papa telling Mama about how the statue would be put on a ship named the... I went to the docks and found her anchored nearby. Next to the ship were some boxes.
E ricordo papino dire alla mamma come la statua sarebbe stata messa in una nave chiamata Monarca. Sono andata al porto e l'ho trovata ancorata là vicino. Accanto alla nave c'erano alcune scatole. Parti della
Parts of freedom were in each of the boxes. I crawled into the box that was empty. I hope to be sent where Papa is. I feel his spirit around freedom. Oh my gosh, she's gonna like... I mean, she can't... she's gonna die, but she can't really die because, like, she's telling us a story. But, like, oh my gosh, girl. April 21st. The boxes were tied with rope, so I can't get out by myself. There is loud noises in the room, like clay being dragged across the floor. Oh my gosh, is she about to, like, start, like, coming together? Like, start moving out of the boxes and stuff? I can hear the ropes being cut and something big coming out of the box. Is it Papa? There are more sounds, like wood being broken. I knew it! We're gonna start seeing freedom, like, starting to like, move into becoming, like, one creature. You know what I'm saying? Since the ropes broke, I quickly got out of the box and found some bread and fruit in the room next door. She's gonna come back in and it's gonna be all pulled together. And I am wrong. It isn't Papa, but it has his eyes. Oh my god, hello? April 24th. I'm scared of going into the box again. It made louder sounds yesterday. While I gathered food, I think the men saw me. The box is the only place to hide.
Ho paura di entrare di nuovo nella scatola. Ieri ha fatto suoni più rumorosi. Mentre cercavo per del cibo, credo che mamma mi abbia vista. La scatola è l'unico posto per nascondersi.
The ropes keep being broken by the thing with Papa's eyes. I am scared that either it or the men will open my box. Oh my gosh. I'm scared that either it or the men will open my box. I will not write as much because I am scared of making noise. I will write again when I am on land. Oh my gosh, what? The statue itself is not actually moving, but like the entity that's around it is moving. It has her father's eyes though. What is that? April 29th. The thing with Papa's eyes took me today. It held me as it ran through the jungle. Its sword cut hundreds of trees. Oh my gosh. Maybe it is her dad. I could not see much in the dark, but I did see Papa's eyes staring down at me from those metal eyelids. He's in there. He's in there. That's him. He's in there. We went down a hole into a deep cave. After it let me down on the ground, it started a fire by hitting its arms against the rocks. Right. It has been sharpening its sword on the rocks for hours now, but it has not ever looked down at its blade. Okay. This is very concerning. Since I started writing today, the thing with Papa's eyes has been looking at me. It is 100% her actual dad. Or at least it has some kind of familial connection with her, where it wants to take care of her? Okay.
19 aprile.
April 19th. 6 crates were loaded at dawn. They are heavy, each containing a part of a large statue. Inspector Zaffino told me that it is the goddess of freedom. Each crate was fastened with ropes in the storage room. No sliding is
29 aprile.
Possible. Bro, what? Landed in G at dawn. The ship took hours to steer to port. There were many, many holes in the storage room. Each one allowed enormous amounts of water to enter.
13 Gibraltar all'alba. La nave ci ha messo
Without the tar, we would have sunken in 3 days.
per approdare nel porto. C'erano molti buchi neri postiglia. Ciascuno di essi ha permesso
Right, so
un'enorme
this
quantità d'acqua di
entity
entrare.
is
Senza il
making
catrame
holes
saremmo
and
affrontati
stuff
in 3
in the
giorni.
ship, of course.
Abbiamo aperto
We opened the crates for customs officers. The crates were empty.
le casse per gli ufficiali della dogana. Le casse erano vuote.
Okay. Okay, so the statue is the thing that took the little girl. But the statue also contains the dad's eyes. Gibraltar? I can't say that word. I think that's what I just said. Gibraltar? I think I've heard that word before somewhere. The commissioner.
On the morning of April 29th, we received numerous reports regarding a tremendous force that rushed up the rock, which tore down hundreds of trees and created several landslides throughout the previous night.
Oh my gosh.
One civilian likened the phenomena to the work of a gigantic crazed fella. Due to the sheer number of reports and the high level of concern in the surrounding community, I deployed myself along with 13 officers to the rock in search of an explanation.
Right.
We discovered that there was indeed a newly forged trail through the dense foliage stretching almost the entire height of the rock.
Okay.
The trail was astonishingly linear, with no bends in the path. The cuts to the trees themselves were precise. The downed trees continued to be warm to the touch, presumably due to the extreme speed of this force. A few fires present along the trail were extinguished by fellow officers as we traversed the rock.
They are gonna... these guys are not gonna survive. At least some of them aren't.
The path ended at a large crevice in the ground, which looked to be an entrance to a large underground cavern.
Yeah.
After requesting additional men and equipment, Officer Hadley descended into the crevice. It was not long until Hadley exclaimed in fright and urged us all to enter.
Oh, really?
Within the following hour,
There it
the
is.
majority of us were in the cabin, which appeared to be an undiscovered offshoot of Sir Michael's cave. In the middle of the location stood a plaster model of a tall Greco-Roman statue of a woman. Surrounding this sculpture were the splayed remains of an individual, flattened like a set of clothes.
Oh my gosh, did he kill her?
A hollowed-out torso was stretched a quarter of the way up the statue,
Oh my
the
god.
sight of which compelled a few of the officers to exit the cavern. The human remains were collected and sent to the morgue, while the sculpture was cleaned and lifted out. The statue's blade, held in its right hand, matched the cuts present on the
Right,
downed
obviously.
trees. Despite the fantastical implications of this detail, the Gibraltar police force officially concludes that the work of the crazed fella was nothing more than the result of heavy winds.
When the most obvious paranormal stuff is going down, like, it's just science. Shut up!
During a secondary investigation, a journal was discovered in the cavern. The translation of its Italian text is in progress.
Okay, so Little Miss Thing did not make it. That sucks. I was really hoping that he was going to protect her, but...
Arrives the tight-knit wooden ship.
Oh my. This is like a
The plaster
documentary.
body is absent. Instead, a tall, wounded woman sleeping in its vessel, donning a helmet wrapped in a robe.
Right.
Clutching a sword and a damaged shield. Overheard a conversation with the captain. A violent conflict with freedom at the port in Gibraltar. They tell me inside her is the plaster. And I walk away.
I'm really disappointed that the little girl got killed, honestly. I don't know why I won't just get over that.
Silently believing freedom craved liberation so terribly, she tried to take it for herself.
Oh. Sure.
But off the ship, she was dragged away.
Dragged away. This is the official story, huh?
Locked up. Freedom in chains.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
They tell me I have to take it out of her.
What?
So hook, rope, peel, and pull. When it was done, freedom stood motionless. Freedom stood still.
Oh my, okay.
I see the final bronze woman, and I feel as if, maybe even hope, she's only dormant now, and will awaken again.
Oh boy, yeah, that's great. Yeah, we love that, huh? Statue. Yeah, you're doing it like, oh, it's metaphorical. You're being very literal, aren't you? You're being so literal right now. I want to see if it reads to us. Maybe not, though. The Anti-Dean Association storms U.S. Capitol. Okay. Statue of Freedom is shot down by gunfire. Oh, we're gonna see her go all blitza. We're gonna see her go all blitz. Oh, blitz crazy. We're gonna see her. Oh. She won't get mad. Oh, she's okay. Never mind. They shot her down. Oh, we're gonna see the entity come out. We're gonna see whatever creature is gonna come out of her. Do you hear that? That music or whatever? Wait. Is that what it looks like? Is that what the thing looks like that was inside of her? That cute little girl? Quit shaking! The worst cameraman, honestly. Is this in the White House? Ah! What is that noise? That crunchy, crinkly, bone-shivering noise. Oh! That's a whole face. That was a whole face. That was a whole face. Not a partial face. Well, it's kind of a partial face, but it was a face. Is that it? Shut up. I forgot to say the name of this episode. Whoopsies. I was so excited to get into it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, this show leaves you with so many more questions than answers, but of course I know that season 2 is going to give us all the answers that we want. The second I see eyeballs on the screen, I immediately am like, oh, the soul of a demon. I'm good. I don't want to see it. I literally, look at this. I have goosebumps. I don't know if y'all can see it. I literally have goosebumps right now from this show. I've actually been really enjoying this. This has been such a cool watch, honestly. So all the monuments have some version of entity that consumes something in humans. We've seen wormholes, where people get teleported across different dimensions. But the fact that all of the monuments are hiding something within them is so fascinating. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments, honestly. Let me know what your theories are. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!